So My Hero Academia this week concludes this second arc within the second season, and I did have someone last week tell me that it was probably going to end very soon, but I was a little kind of skeptic. I was like, are we actually going to have time for a third arc within this season? And it seems like, I guess, we're already going to be moving on to a third arc, but I guess with how, like, many episodes we have left, depending on how this next arc is, it might be a bit shorter, which someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I assume that by the time this season concludes, the third arc will conclude for this season. But I actually was very happy with the overall outcome of the hero killer arc here, because not only did it seem like I got a pretty decent prediction on just how that we would have some of the students, I figured it would be Ida as well as Deku, but then Todoroki comes kind of into the swing of things here. But I thought this arc was not only just as thrilling as the tournament arc, it might have been a bit better. Now, I know a lot of people, I saw Twitter, just Reddit, things like that, freaking out saying, like, because of Stain's lines, right? You know, his hero killer lines of just basically just saying everyone's fake. And they were hype scenes. Don't get me wrong, I thought they were very just amazing because he is such a different villain compared to the rest, because he does have rules, he does have restrictions, he will let people like All Might survive, and he will only apparently die from All Might's hands. I guess that's the only hero he really values above everyone else, pretty much. So he does have his rules, and he does do good for the world. I mean, he definitely brought down crime rate, things like that, but he's still a psychopath at the end of the day. He still kills people, he still goes after innocent heroes. I mean, this episode itself, Endeavor, I mean, he's a piece of shit father. Like, we can all agree there, he's a horrible father, he was horrible to Todoroki, but as a hero, I think he definitely deserves the title of #2 hero. Watching him in this episode, and I heard that a lot of his scenes, the way he was going after and helping people in the city, some of that stuff was anime original, and I have to say, that stuff is some of the best of the episode. Because all along, he's been presented in a very negative spotlight, because he deserves it. He's a horrible father. He's just using his son for his own gains because he himself can't surpass All Might. He wants to raise someone who can be the #1 hero. So he's a horrible parent, but as a hero, watching him, how he's so careful with his surroundings, how he actually cares about the people that he's trying to save, and how he makes sure that when he's attacking the flying beast there, the kind of like created, you know, villain there, I forget what they called him there, how he's very careful about like catching the people falling from the sky, how he's very careful about the civilians, and he's also careful about making sure that people have backup, and I just saw as a hero, he's amazing. His abilities are absolutely awesome, how he was using like his flames to kind of climb up the walls and whatnot, kind of like these lava boots, things like that. As a hero, I think he's amazing, and equally as impressive as All Might. But it seems like Hero Killer Stain wants to not allow people like him, which I'm generally curious if he just doesn't like him because he's #2 next to All Might or something like that, and he thinks he doesn't deserve to be that close to All Might because All Might's this perfect idol in his eyes. But I think Hero Killer, he has really cool ideas. I think his ideals are fascinating, but he's insane. I mean, I think he's more of a fake hero than someone like Ida, someone like Endeavor, things like that. I mean, Ida himself, in the past couple of weeks, he was definitely had more villainous intent, but he snaps at it and truly acts like a hero. He was a true hero this episode, just as much as Todoroki, and just as much as our main character Deku was. And I thought how they kind of like really kind of brought into question, what does it mean to be a hero? And I think the hero killer is something that's very important for the series because there is, of course, heroes who are going to do it for the fame, do it for the money, do it for just whatever. And there's going to be some impure people doing a hero job. The same way there's going to be people that join the army for bad reasons. There's going to be bad cops. There's going to be bad whatever. There's going to be bad apples in any bunch. There's never going to be a perfect group. However, that doesn't mean you can take the law into your own hands. And that's something that Ida himself was trying to do. And luckily, he snaps out of it before he becomes someone who's evil. But I do think the hero killer is not a totally insane and evil guy. He definitely is insane, but he does have some righteous motives in his own minds. At least in his own eyes, you can tell he thinks what he's doing is right. I mean, he's the reason Deku has no damage, or at least doesn't get kidnapped by one of those beasts before the end of the episode, which I do think he would have been saved by someone else. They were just trying to contemplate how to do it, whereas Hero Killer didn't even think. He just was willing to sacrifice his body to save Deku because Deku impressed him. He said that he was going to let Deku live because he saw, obviously, All Might within Deku. So I did like that, and I liked his speech, and I like how you really do get a sense that he's more than just a villain. He definitely has character, he has substance. However, that doesn't make what he was doing right. I mean, killing people, if the laws of this world say you can't just go kill people, you have to follow this. This is what a hero is. If you fall into this, you're a hero. I don't think you can just take it into your own hands and call yourself, you know, the true hero, and you can only do what you think's right. Because if we did that, we'd have a pretty fucking insane world. But I do like how the hero killer definitely turned things into a very different dynamic. We definitely push characters to do different things. Ida himself, who would have thought in season 1 or even the beginning of season 2 that we'd see Ida almost go to the dark side? I mean, that's pretty amazing in itself. And also, we see so much growth within Deku, Todoroki, Endeavor. Like, I thought that guy was just an utter asshole, and I never really kind of thought, I mean, he's the number 2 hero, but just the way he acts, he seems like such a prick, but even the biggest of pricks can be damn good heroes, and I think he's damn good at his job. I mean, based on what we saw within this episode, I definitely think, you know, if All Might wasn't around, he's still a damn good number 1 hero that we could have in this world. And I really enjoyed how they handled this episode at the core. I thought it was brilliant. I thought just the range of emotions, I think obviously the hero killer probably stole the show in terms of just like his speeches, what he was saying, the fact that he was the reason that Deku didn't get kidnapped, things like that. And I just think it's overall the fact that our 3 students here, who, if you look back in season 1, they were the ones who kind of helped the pro heroes basically stop the school invasion. And now with this arc, they were actually the ones to be able to take out the biggest threat in basically the city currently, without the help of pro heroes by the end. I thought it was really just amazing how the character development worked, how the dynamics worked, how it really threw into question the concept of good and evil, and also the question of what it means to be a true hero. Despite me not agreeing with the hero killer, I do understand where he's coming from, but I view him as wrong, the same way that he views someone like, say, Endeavor or someone else as being not worthy of a hero. It was definitely an amazing arc. I'd say it was just as good as the last arc, if not better in some ways, and I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with the final few episodes. And my only question to manga readers, is there enough episodes to finish this next arc? Is it a shorter arc, or is it going to continue into like a season 3 if they do one? Let me know your overall thoughts, and what was your favorite moment in the episode? I feel like a lot of people's favorite moments is going to be the speech from the hero killer, but if I'm going to be honest, I actually really like the Endeavor stuff myself. Seeing him act like a hero and not like a prick of a father for once, it was nice to see a new light on the guy. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Before you leave, smack that like button to show your support. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.